Congratulations, Coach Johnson. You want to start?
Yeah. Well, the game was started off. Cade was a little scuffling like he did the week before, but settled in a little bit faster, and I think that's from the learning experience that he took from last week. And it was an outstanding. I don't know how long the inning was, but the bats and the quality at bats got better and better and better, which was really good to see. And we just kind of maintained it and played really high-level defense. I think a couple double plays that were hit really hard, which was really good. And it's hard to double up Hutto. He's a plus runner, and we almost did that. If we probably would have caught the ball at first, it would have happened. But other than that, it was really good, and I'm really proud of these young men.
Okay, raise your hand if you have a question. We'll get started.
Yeah, Skip, I wanted to ask you about that big inning. Obviously, 8 runs. That was one right after the other, passing the baton. But also, obviously, you have the big swings, Jimmy's, homer and stuff like that. But the 2 plays, Kendall slapping the ball through on the hit and run there, and Peyton's bunt. Just talking about how fundamentally sound that inning was all around.
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is in any game is you try to take the momentum as early as you can. Them hitting a home run took a little bit of momentum, but I think Cade went and attacked the next hitter and ended up striking him out, which was really good. And then it was just momentum, and it carries on, and we kind of kept it on our side, getting leadoff outs, and I was really proud. I mean, those guys they crashed on that play, and Pettis read it, and when they crash, you can slash, it leaves the middle open, and he hit it where they wasn't, which was really good to see.
Also, want to just ask all the players, just the emotions of this win. I know it's kind of broad, but just all things considered, the highs and lows of the season, the way the Texas series ended here 2 months ago to get this one, I got to imagine it feels pretty good. Can you kind of just describe the feelings right now?
Yeah, this is just what we've worked for, the entire season, and I think just coming back from where we were in the start and finishing how we did it's just really made everything complete for us. And I'm so excited for these guys, and we're all excited for each other. So we can't wait for the future.
Anybody else?
You got it.
I mean, as being my first year at OU and, my 6th year in college, there was a lot of stuff that I had to learn coming to the University of Oklahoma. And there was, guys like Tanner Treadaway and Jimmy Crooks, setting that standard for me. And then you got Jake Bennett down in the bullpen, during practice and stuff, teaching me the Sooner way. And I love this team, and I'm only going to be here for this 1 year, but I mean, this has been a lot of fun, and these guys have definitely showed me how to play Sooner baseball, and I love that.
I'm good. They summed it up.
Okay, next question.
Jacob Under, the Oklahoman. Kate, I wanted to ask you, you started in April. That's when you started moving to the rotation, and you've had short outings and mixed results at times, but how did you feel today? What was different? And what kind of emotions did you have in this big stage?
Yeah, from last week at Texas Tech, I feel like I was kind of out of control. And so I told myself, this week I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to keep my emotions under control and just treat it like it's a bullpen. And just hit targets, and whatever happens, happens. And that's what I kind of went out there and did. This week, earlier in the week, I worked with Ben on a new pitch, and that really paid off today. So it was good.
What was that pitch? Sorry.
It was a cutter. Okay. Yeah.
And Coach, one of the first 3 innings, I think you came out and talked to Cade. Looked like he was struggling a little bit, and then it looked like he settled down a little bit after that. What did you kind of say to him, and what did you see after that?
Don't worry about the outcome. Just throw the ball at the target. The sun's going to come up tomorrow. That's all I said to him. It didn't have like I had magic dust I threw on top of him. I just throw the ball at the target, and whatever the outcome is, it happens. I mean, you got to let it happen. If you try to do something in this game, if you try, you fail, and you just got to execute, and it's easier said than done, believe me, because a lot of people think this game's an easy game to play, and it's a really hard game to play. And we want to do it by grit, and we need to learn how to do it by with grit. And I think that's a separation for what he did is he just got back to the target, which was really good to see.
And for Peyton, having a guy like Tanner have the tournament that he's had so far and being a senior, what does that kind of do for you as a teammate?
I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off of everybody, especially when he's playing the way he is. And I think it gives everybody in the lineup and in the bullpen and the starting pitching, I think it gives them a lot of confidence to go out there and do what they do without any repercussions, really, because we're going to have him, swinging away and getting on base for us.
Skip, I got to ask too. The regional sites were announced and you guys aren't hosting, but kind of your thoughts on that. But also, how dangerous do you guys feel as a team right now going to the tournament?
Well, I mean, I'm not upset by not hosting. It's we can't control that. All we do is can go out and play good baseball and try to play good baseball. And wherever we land, that's where we land. We're proud to get the opportunity to go out and play whoever. It doesn't really matter. We just got to play good baseball, fundamental baseball, and continue to grow week to week. We talk about learning week to week every day. What are we going to do week to week? And what we got to do this week is try to figure out how to get back out in the sun because it might be hot wherever we go. And, I mean, I went outside this morning. I was like, damn, it's hot out here. So I'm just thankful that the Big 12 had the tournament here. It was outstanding run and an outstanding place. And for playing in a Major League Stadium is always a pleasure.
Eric Sorensen, D1 Baseball. Coach Johnson, you kind of touched on this with that last answer, but I saw you guys play in Houston at the Shriners Classic earlier this year. You went 0-3, and then seeing you guys play here, it seems like almost a different team. Just what was the biggest difference between the team I saw in March and this one here now?
Just growing as a team, letting these guys go out and play and keep practicing fundamentals as we went through it and trying to figure out what we're going to do with the pitching and, in the offense as well. I think that's the biggest separation for us. The first game we go out at the Shriners Classic, we got LSU beat, and we miss a fly ball in left field, and all of a sudden, and that kind of happened to us for the next month. We'd give up, not 2 or 3, we'd give up like 7. And we grew through that deal and really had the offense started clicking. Really, the offense is the biggest key why the pitching has started doing good is because we go out there and get a lead and we take the momentum and the pitching just kind of fell into it. We got some outstanding young men on the mound, but I think it really gave us an attitude as well on the mound.
One last one for me, Skip. But just in a game where you score 8 runs in an inning and Cade was so good, you can kind of get overlooked how good Chaz was in this game. Just how effective and is that as good as you've seen him pitch 8 up, 8 down with the 5 Ks, and how important was his innings in this game?
Well, anybody you're going to the end of the game, you're trying to get outs and you're trying to win pitches, and I thought he was outstanding executing pitches for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Kate, I think you touched on this a little bit, but considering everything you went through the last year with your surgery and everything, did you feel a little more like your old self today?
Yeah, absolutely. After each start, I've kind of learned more and more, and just getting more comfortable out there. Missing a whole year was tough, and especially in the fall, I didn't get really any game reps, and so each start I've just had to learn and be better each time. So.
Anything else? We good? Okay, thank you. Again, congratulations to Oklahoma, and thanks everybody this week. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.